we're going to have a little bit of Reader's Theater. Scene 1, Danielle planting in her garden.
Howdy, neighbor. What you doing?
Hey, Pat, I'm getting started on my garden. It's a labor of love.
I love the garden. What are you planting?
Oh, well, little bits of this and that. You know, they say that you reap what you sow. So I like to think of the kinds of things that David and I might enjoy, but also what I might like to share with other people.
That's a great idea. You know, I wish sometimes there was a way I could grow some cheese, but that's not happening. I've got some celery in, and that started, but there's no way I can get the cheese to grow with it. So tell me, what kind of seeds are you planting today?
Well, this here is my row of kindness. You know, you got to start it a little bit early.
That is a great thing to plant. Once kindness starts, you know, it spreads like crazy, so you want to be sure you give it a lot of room to spread.
That's a good point, Pat. I think I'll make sure that I plant it like on the edge so it can spread out toward my neighbors.
Very good, very good. You know, and I believe that that's one of Kathy Lou's favorites, so did you plant enough to share with her?
Well, my garden has no fences, so I make sure I plant lots of the good stuff that people and animals like.
Very good. Well, it looks like you're off to a good start, Danielle. I'll be back during the summer to check and see how things are going. Maybe help myself to a little bit if that's okay.
You betcha, Pat. I'll see you later. Scene 2, a little bit later in the summer.
I see you're at it again, Danielle. What's happened so far?
Oh, Pat, it's good to see you. What's happened? Well, you know, life has happened. The sun and the rain, and I had animals that came in and ate part of my crops, and they planted seeds. Seeds of things I did not plan to grow. But all of my seeds seem to be getting a pretty good start.
Well, they are, and I see your row of hope is coming in pretty nicely there.
It is. You know, you can always use a little bit of hope.
Absolutely.
It makes everything taste a little bit better. Oh no. I think I see some weeds over there. Things I wasn't planning on nurturing. Oh,
what's that? That's a pretty tough one to get out of there, right? Yeah, I've been there.
It's a little bit embarrassing. Well, you see, I was looking across the row at my neighbor Tommy's house. Tommy always has this fabulous yard.
Immaculate.
It's true. Sometimes she even comes and mows my yard. But anyway, she had this fabulous water feature. I love water features, but I don't have a water feature. And I looked at it and I kind of thought, I want that. I want one like that. But then I went back to my garden and I think I brought back some seeds of like Indian and discontent. You know, those are like birds, the Indian, the discontent. They stick to your pant leg and you don't mean to, and you go back into your garden and the next thing you know, you nurtured this thing you didn't even want. I realized after
keep working on it.
Yeah, I looked at what I was growing and I thought, you know what? I've got plenty. I'm pretty content. I don't need a water feature. Got that one out of there.
Well, I see you've also got a few seeds that were kind of slow starters there. They're cute little ones. What are those?
Well, Pat, that's my self-control, and it's never easy for me to grow that in my garden. It needs a lot of care, but I think ultimately it's worth it. A little bit of self-control is a good thing.
Well, I got started on my garden too. I've got perseverance, energy, some humor. You know, I'm thinking of adding a row of rest and some, time once in a while.
Time?
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds fabulous. I know you're a good gardener, Pat. I think I'll have to wander by and take a look at your garden. I bet you've planted some things that I haven't. Maybe we can work out a trade. I love to share.
I love to share. I love to trade. Well, I'll see you later, alligator.
All right. After a while, crocodile. Scene 3. Let it grow, let it grow.
Hey, neighbor. Nice to see you again.
Hey, Pat.
I brought you some presents from my garden.
Thank you.
A little bit of humor, little humility, very little humility. And lots of love.
Oh,
okay?
wow, thank you.
Wow, that's quite a basket you've got there.
Yeah, I can harvest quite a bit now every week. And it's more than David and I can use by ourselves, so I like to share with all my neighbors. Would you like some?
That would be absolutely fabulous. But there's so much. You mind if I share a little with Mary Sue up the street?
Oh.
You know, I think she could use a little kindness.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And you know, I see Joyce over there. You think you could spare a little patience?
Are her grandkids here again? Yeah. Well, over in the back of the corner there is my peace plant. It's starting to go to seed, and I've got seeds to share. Would you like some for your fall
I would
garden?
love some. I could always use a little patience and peace.
Yeah.
So great. Yeah. Well, it's been so much fun sharing with you and the neighbors. Okay. I can't wait to see all of us get together and maybe do a fall garden. Okay.
Good idea.
I wonder if we could even have like a little gardening club.
Ooh, gardening club. I love clubs. Can we have a t-shirt? Can we have a t-shirt?
Yeah, they have t-shirts.
Okay. Maybe a green t-shirt, and I'm thinking a little saying, you reap what you sow, so plant good seeds wherever you go. How's that?
I love it. I love it. It sounds great. Let me know when you want to place the order, all right? Hey, and thanks again for sharing.
And thanks for what you brought.
A little bit extra in that pages because I still see Joyce.
Thanks for what you brought us. Sharing is caring. I'll see you later, Pat.
All right, thanks. She's my favorite.
Oh, that's the Joyce you were talking about.
Yeah, it was Joyce, not Joy, Joyce.
As I was looking through the scriptures this week, I noticed something about Jesus. Jesus loves a good gardening story. You look at the parables are just full of stories about seeds and sowers and growing and farmers and vineyards. So I thought I would sort of put together a little, tip list from Jesus about how to grow good fruit. Because like Pat in the story, people are always popping by to see what kind of fruits and vegetables you have growing in your garden. They want to see if you've got something to offer them that you might be able to share. So they're either going to be turned on by what they see in your garden to God's kingdom, because like love and peace are like ripe peaches. People want that. Or they're going to look at your garden and see that it's moldy and withered and needing some attention. Judgment, bitterness, that's the moldy fruit that everybody says, no thanks, I'm really not interested. So I've got 6 tips from Jesus on your gardening your own garden. Number 1, be open to God's leading. Jesus told a story about a farmer spreading seeds on all kinds of different soil. In the passage, he said our hearts are like that soil. We're either open or we're a little bit rocky. We have to let God in, let God's word and God's way in, and allow God's way a little room to grow in our lives. If we do, we're off to a great start. Have any of you ever started things and then had them go, like some of these are thriving and some kind of wither? And I tried to put chive seeds in so I could give you all a little start today, and I couldn't quite get them to grow. So weeds do grow in, things choke out our faith. Difficulties in our lives come along, so we have to be open to growth then too. Jesus said the seed has to crack open to produce new life. And we don't like to be cracked open. There are passages about pruning in the Bible. And none of us wants to be pruned back. There will be storms that will shake you, that will bend you, that will make you wonder if you're ever going to grow again. David and I have a curly willow tree. And when it is not producing, David has threatened it twice within an inch of its life. And he just pruned it. And it has come back vibrant. I mean, like, amazing. And I think when we go through those storms and those difficult times, remember, okay, the pruning is to help us grow more vibrant, to sink our roots down deeper. If we're open to God working in those times, people see that. Always like Pat in the story, people are looking at your life, and if they see you go through something and come out vibrant and still able to produce good fruit, that is something that will draw them toward God. Jesus' second gardening tip: stay connected to the source. Stay connected to God. Now, I don't know about you and your devotional love, but I know there are times, David and I tend to do our devotions in the morning. There are times when I sleep in. And I say, okay, God, I'll catch up with you later. I got stuff to do. And I still send up my little, arrow prayers during the day, but it's not really tending to the relationship. And when I thought about my garden, if I treated my garden the way I sometimes treat God, my garden would not be quite as productive and vibrant. How do I know this? Because I do treat my garden like that sometimes. And I notice that things just don't thrive unless they get tended to. Jesus talks about the vine and the branches. How God is the vine, the source of our vitality, the source of our goodness and love. In a vineyard, growth requires connection. If your branch gets pinched off, then it doesn't produce really good fruit. And in the story, Jesus says the ones that aren't drawing strength from the vine, aren't producing any grapes, they're puny, and they wither away. And then off to the compost pile. His point is not you're going to be trimmed off and sent to hell. His point is stay connected to God so that what you do, your life, will make a difference in the world. You can produce good fruit that you can share with other people. Number 3, Jesus' tips for gardening in your life. Stop trying to weed other people's gardens. Sow your own row. In one of the stories, wheat and weeds are growing up together. And so the people working for the farmer get really excited. They see those weeds, and they're like, let us go in there and rip them all out. And the farmer says, whoa, wait. If you go in there and you rip out all of those weeds, you're also going to rip up the good things I have planted there. Just wait, I will sort this out later. So what I get from that story about Jesus is I need to stop looking over the fence at what my neighbor needs to change. No looking over at other people's garden and criticizing, no, I think you really need some miracles over there. Pray for you. We all have weeds enough in our own garden to tend to. And we all have good crops that need to be nurtured. We need to tend them so they'll thrive. Each person's job, hoe your own row. I knew it rhymed. Hoe your own row. Tip number 4, make sure your produce matches the picture on your seed packet. Every seed packet comes with a picture on it. Ta-da! And when I buy that packet, I have a certain expectation that what grows out of those seeds is going to be what's on the picture. We have a song we sing in church. I know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, I know we are Christians by our love. As people look at our lives, they're looking for our fruit. They want to know, does what we say we believe in match what we say? So Jesus, in the parable that I'm talking about right now, says, you know people by their fruit. He says, you don't pick grapes from a thorn bush, and you don't pick figs from thistles. People look at our actions and our lives to know what kind of people we are. And I have found that people are not at all interested in what we believe if we don't back it up with our lives. Tip number 5. I know, are you excited? There's 2 more seconds. Start small. Start small. I like the mustard seed parable that Jesus tells because I'm little, but I read it in the Message and I thought that was even better. The Message says, God's kingdom is like a pine nut that a farmer plants. Quite small as seeds go, but in the course of years it grows into a huge pine tree that eagles can make their nest in. One tiny nut from one tiny pine cone makes all those big, beautiful trees we have all around us in Oregon. And I also thought it was interesting, each pine nut does not have to create a forest. But you get a lot of those little nuts together, and you've got something. So I think there's hope for us, my nutty little friends. We have great potential for God's kingdom. As we grow together, we become shade and shelter for other people. A mighty forest, a place people want to come to rest and play, to get refreshed and energized. Finally, tip number 6. Sometimes you've got to break up the soil. You've got to get ready to grow. Here again the verse from Hosea that Robert read. Plant for yourself acts of doing the right thing. For when you do, you reap God's continuous and powerful love. Break up the soil that's been laying dormant. See what God would have you plant there, and He will rain down peace and joy on your life. Sometimes we've got to break up the soil, and it's hard. It's hard work. Either you're going to plant new seeds, or maybe you're moving something from one location. Say, has anybody ever transplanted? You got something in a pot that's it's growing, but it's not thriving. So you've got to dig it up, and you're going to have to move it. Well, right now, there are a lot of folks in our congregation that are in the process of being transplanted. They're headed for new gardens, Fred and Judy and Jen and others. Or, like Sally, they're getting repotted in the same garden. It's still a transplant. But change happens for all of us. Changes in our health, in our job status, our home, changes in our relationships. We're all in a constant process of change and growth. And it's exciting. And it's difficult. Like when you have to, get the ground worked up around a plant. So my encouragement is for all of us. When you're breaking up the soil, getting ready for some new start, observe the guidelines of transplanting. If you're in a time that seems difficult and you just think, what is going on? It may be you're being transplanted to grow. So be gentle to yourself in those times that seem difficult. Gently shake off the roots. Then slowly allow yourself to sink into new soil. You may experience a shock to your roots. That is to be expected. Be open to a gentle watering of tears. Happy tears, sad tears, it's all a watering. Give yourself time to rest and turn your face toward the sun. So, whether you're moving to a new pot in the same garden or moving to an entirely new place, remember the seeds and fruits you've started here will continue to grow. And then in your new spot, look for new growth. You can bless people wherever you are. As we enter the summer season, let's grow. Let's grow in love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Spread the seeds of kindness wherever you go. In Galatians 7, it says, whatever a person plants, she will harvest. The one who plants in response to God, letting God's Spirit do the growth work, will harvest the crop of real life. Don't get fatigued doing good. At the right time, we will harvest a good crop if we don't give up. Right now, for that very reason, every time you get the chance, let us work together for the benefit of all. Amen.